My body feels heavier. Come on, I can handle more.
我能够背负更多。
Are you ready to give up your ego, human Herrscher?
人类的旅程，
You long for peace and serenity. The face throws endless fights at you.
但命运
The farther you
却
travel,
赐你无
the
时无
deeper
刻
you
的
get
抗争
into the storm.
越是前行，也越是深入风暴。
Behold, the one you risk your life protecting,
你拼命想
her ending is nigh, and you might even be the one to don the crown of finality for her.
而你甚至可能亲手为他戴上庄严的冠冕。
Are you ready?
你准备好了吗？
I was born ready.
当然，
Peace and
平静
serenity,
与安宁
that's indeed my
那的
wish.
确是我的愿
I
望。
still dream of the days at
直
Chiba
到现在，
Academy and Saint
我还
Freya
常常
till
梦到天宇
today.
学院，梦到圣弗雷亚的时
But
光。
nothing can be taken for
但世上没
granted.
有什么理所
No
当然。
matter how much time
无论哪个
changes,
时代，
people are
人们都是
treading
在
the same
同样的道
path
路
with
上
heavy
负重前行。
burdens. Instead of
这并非
betrayal
放弃
or
和背叛，
abandonment,
而
this
是
is
我
our
朝
shared
共同的梦
vision.
想。
To make the future we want
为了做出
happen,
自己选
we'll
定的
fight to our
明天，
last
我们
breath.
都将竭尽全力。
If there really is such a thing as a crown of finality, it won't be done by one person only. Very well.
很好，
In the face of the conflict brought by your ego, you already have the courage to clench the shackles. This feeling again.
又是这种感觉。
Am I
我在
fighting against
对抗
myself?
自己的意志吗？
Bring it on.
来吧。
Are you ready to sanction the world, descendant of origin?
始源的后人
Humanity isn't the owner of this world.
并不属于人
It's
类，
shared by both organic beings and inorganic matters.
共同分享这片大地。
As for synthetic life and seeds of idea, they're no inferior to Homo sapien.
亦或是生存理性，与之人种群也是彼此平等的存在。
You have no right to make rash judgments full of arrogance and prejudice, based on your own standards.
那不过是一种自负的指责，可怕的傲慢。
Even so,
既然
are you
如此
ready?
准备好了吗？
No one can be the judge, not any one of us. Stigmata have no right to destroy humanity either.
也同样没有资格毁灭人类本质。
I'm only fighting for the things we can't afford to lose as a member of humanity. To keep our ideals alive at any cost, this is humanity's arrogance, but also pride.
这是人类的傲慢，也是人类的骄傲。
Well then, let arrogance and pride live
就
on.
让傲慢与
The
骄傲一同延续
coexistence
下
of
去。
good and evil
百
represents
花齐放，
humanity's true
善恶
face.
并存，那才是人性原本的样子。
And that's also true face of the world. Even if the pain is too much to bear, even if the pain is too much to bear, good, you've been completely honest. In the face of the conflict brought by the world, you're now able to turn the shackle into the crown.
化为冠冕。
My body is getting heavier and heavier,
越来越沉重了，
just like in the
就像是
myth.
神话中那样。
Is this a weight of
这是
reality
在真实
on
面
the
前，
soul?
人类的心脏为灵魂压上的重量吗？
Never mind.
无妨。
Kiana and
类似
Alicia
的
have
事，
done this
无
countless
论提安
times.
娜还是艾莉西亚，他们都已经做过无数遍了吧？
No, not only them. Maybe it's the same for everyone.
或许每个人都是这样的。
We're looking at the
我
world
们从
from
各异的
different
角度
angles.
看
Our
向同一
dreams
幅世界的
clash
场
like
景，
tides, but
每个
eventually
人的梦想都在
converge
其中
into an
交
ocean.
织、融合。会有争执的浪花，却又始终如大海中的水滴，不分彼此。
I kind of get why you always say you love everyone.
我好像突然有点明白，你为什么总说自己爱着大家了。
I just love these
我就是喜
people
欢这
and
样的
this
人们，
world.
这样的世界呀。
I
我
dream
梦
of a
见一颗
star,
星，
an island of
一座
light,
光明之岛，
where I shall be born in the
我将
depth
在它
of
轻
its
快的弦
quickening
下深处
leisure.
降生。
My
在
life
那
will
里，
ripen its
我的生
work
命将完
like
成
the
它的
rice
事业，
field in the autumn
就
sun.
像秋日下的稻田。
Alicia,
艾莉西亚，
I
我终于体
finally
会了你
get
的
you
心
now.
情。
This
这个世
world
界
is
如
so
此美丽，
beautiful, vibrant,
它
and
充满
full of
活力
love
与
and
生
hope
气，
that
爱
we
意
feel
与希望，
compelled to protect
让人
it.
想要去守护。
This
这个世
world
界
is
如
also
此
so
残酷，
cruel. It breeds
它催生
conflicts
矛
and
盾，
sins.
孵化
Everything
罪恶，
beautiful has to
让
keep
一切美
fighting.
好都不得不永久地战斗下去。
But this is
这
freedom.
就是自由。
Follow your
肩负重
heart
任，
with the
只
crushing
能随
weight
心
on your
所欲，
shoulders,
普度
saving the
众生，
world while
而依旧
remaining
千真
young
万
and
确。
innocent.
我
We're
们是律者，
Hershers, the heralds of
在善恶之
nature,
前，
the
就
bearers
已然
of
是自然的
creeds,
代言，是信条的化身。正
which
因为
makes
如
us the
此，
bridge
我
connecting
们能
two
成为天
worlds,
地之间的桥梁，
reality
人世与
and
彼岸的
beyond.
连接。没有
There are
天
no
使，
angels,
便成为
so
天
we
使；
become them.
没有乐
There's no
园，
paradise,
便
so we
创造乐
create
园。
one.
世
There
界上
won't
不
be
会
a
再有第
second
二个
you.
你，
But
但没
it's
有关
alright,
系，
because
因为
everyone
每个人都
will
将是
be
你。
you. We
我们
wish
想
to
要守护
protect
这个
this
世界，
world because
因为
there
曾有
were
人为他所干
pioneers
的
who
事而献
dedicated
出了一生。
everything to what she loved.
我
We
们想
wish
要
to
守护
protect
这个
this
世界，
world because it's
因为
where
我
we
们与
met our
重要
loved
之人
ones,
于此
where we
相遇，
laughed hard,
在此欢
and
笑，
where we
为此
fought
战斗。
valiantly.
我们想要
We
守
wish
护
to
这个世
protect this
界，
world
因为
because
这
it's
是我
our
们的存在
shelter,
之地，
our
无
home.
可替代的唯一归处。我
We
们
can
能明白，
understand.
能理
Now
解，
we're closer to the origin than
此
any
时的
time
我们
before.
比以往任何时候都更接近始源，都更接近艾莉
Alicia.
西亚。
So,
所以，
respond to me, Alicia. Never expected to see anyone making this far. So, how about I greet her properly? Hey, how do you feel?
気分はどう？
Of course it's you, Alicia.
果然是你，艾莉西亚。
Were you calling for me, Raiden May?
是你在呼唤我
Hersher
吧？
of the New Age.
新时代的律者，雷电牙医，
Fate brought
命运
us
将你我
to the
连
land
结
of ending.
直抵这尽头之地。
Alicia,
艾莉西亚，
what?
怎么了？
Hersher of the New
新时
Age?
代的律者，
Is that so?
这样，
I
我
What?
怎么了？
You look sad.
你的表情好像很悲伤。
No,
不，
I'm fine.
我没事。
I've always wanted to try
我一直都
this.
很想这么试试看呢。
Did I surprise you or what?
是不是吓了一跳呀？
You're exactly how I
确
remembered.
实是我认识的那个艾丽西安呢。
Oh,
哦，
aren't you glad?
你是不是很开心？
Of course, I haven't changed at all. After all, I've always
我就
been
在
in
牙
your
医的心
heart.
里呀。
But to put it in a less romantic way, I'm not real, just a shadow cast by the authority of
而
origin
是始源的
into
全
your
能在你
heart.
心中的投影。
And that's exactly why all of Alicia you've come to know can be brought together
整齐一般
miraculously.
统合在一起呀。
I see now.
原来是这样啊。
So this isn't the realm
这里既不是乐
or
土，
the sigma
也不是
space.
圣痕空间，
It's my own
而是我
Herschel
自己的
core.
律者核心。
What I
我
just
刚才经历的一
experienced is
切，
the authority of
就是始源的全
origin
能与
fusing
我
with
自身
me.
融合的过程。
Oh my, perfect answer.
满分的答案呢？
Seems like you've become a bona fide detector after the baptism in the realm,
也就
which
是说，
means
威尔
Vilby's
威的后
backdoor
门，
is really
他真的
looks like you've been conned again.
一不小心，牙医就又被欺诈了。
Before you found it, the authority of origin has been dormant for 50,000 years. This is the prologue of finality, the herald of a new era, the beginning of all that had happened and yet to come. Land of origin. The back door that Vilby had left behind uses your legacy, memories, and this long message to awaken the dormant miracle, in hopes that the Herrscher of origin who has gone would reappear in the deepest part of your soul. Actually, you've already experienced it in a different way, haven't you? Yeah. As long as you remember us, the story will never vanish. Look, I didn't lie to you, did I?
我的确没有骗牙医。
Yeah. But indeed, this was an ending that even Vilby could not be sure of. A true miracle.
真价实的奇迹，
And this miracle
而奇迹之所
happened
以会发生，
because you miss me. Am I right?
一定是因为牙医很想见我啦，对不对？
Yeah. I've really,
我一直很
really
想
wanted to see you
很
again.
想再见你一次，
To tell you my
告诉你我
answer.
的答案，
Tell you that I've
告诉
found
你
the
我
way
找到了前进
forward.
的道路，
Tell you
告诉你
I'll
我
always
会永远记
remember.
得。
Wow. May has gotten more honest in time we're parted. How
这
unfair.
也太犯规了吧！
But I'm not going to
我可
lose.
是不会认输
How
的。
can I let you take the spotlight in the situation?
怎么能让牙医占上风呢？
So, let's go somewhere else, shall we?
让我们换个地方，好不好？
Somewhere
换
more
一
suited
个
for girls.
更适合女孩子的地方。
Ta-da!
锵锵！
Isn't my miracle
艾
better
丽
than
西亚的魔
Vilby's?
法是不是比维尔维的魔术还厉害？
If it's her magic, we'd be on Mars.
如果是维尔维的魔术，我们现在就应该在火星之类的地方
Haha,
了。
that's right.
没错呢。
I love this place. The meeting chamber of the 13 flame chasers and the Elysian realm lobby. It's also where you feel most comfortable in
也是
the
牙医在整
Elysian
个乐土
journey,
之旅中
right?
最熟悉、最安心的地方，对不对？
Also where we met for the
也
first
是我们
time.
最初相遇的地方。
Well, you want to catch up? I'm
牙医
dying
想
to
和我
hear your
叙旧吗
story.
我也好想听一听牙医自己的故事呢。
Velvy's long
维尔维的
letter
长
should
信
have passed
应该已经
everything
把我
about
的一
me
切
to
都传递
you.
给你了吧？
But hearing it
可
from
是我
you
想让
is
牙医亲口
different.
讲给我听嘛，
Huh, alright.
好吧？
Haha. I know you're the best,
我就
May.
知道牙医对我最好了。
With the pleasant clatter of teacups and plates, the rising mist stands gracefully to the rhythm of their chat. Like friends who'd parted ways for too long, they share their life trivials and continue to tell stories they fail to finish at departure. Only this time, the usual teller become the listener and vice versa. Wow, Kiana is such a brave kid and so cute too.
而且光是听牙医的描述，就觉得她好可爱呀。
You were mean to fight with such a nice girl, May.
牙医很坏哦。
I know. We've reconciled.
我知道，所以我们已经认真的和解了。
Brania is wonderful too, choosing to become a Hersher. That's unheard of in our time.
在我们的时代，这是根本不敢想象的事。
All thanks to you.
那也是多亏了你呀。
I merely walked the first mile of this long path. And Fu Hua, she has such a long life and weathered so many
那么漫长的
storms.
人生，那么多的风雨，可没法再用华这个名字概括了。
Also the Hersher of Sentience. She sounds like ton of fun. I'd love to
我
meet
真的好
her.
想见见她啊。
As for Hersher of the Void, Hersher of Wind, Hersher of the Rhyme Star, Hersher of Dominance,
支配之律
and
者，
Hersher of Corruption.
包括侵蚀之律者，
It's a great pity they stood against
他们以
humanity.
各种不同的形式，最终站在了人类的对立面。
But even their good
但
and
即使是他
evil
们的恶与恨，
come from
也源自
humanity.
人性的本真。
Compared with Hersher from the previous era, they were no longer mindless vessels of Honkai. Thank you for telling me all
谢谢
this.
你告诉我
And
这
I'm
些，
so happy to hear the
能听到新
changes
时代
of
的
the
人们
new
所获
age
得的改
people.
变。我真的好高兴。
But do you know which part touched me the most,
在这
May?
所有的故事中，你知道我最感动的是哪一段吗？牙医，
I got a
总觉得
feeling you're
不
just
会听
trying
到
to
什么
make
正
me
经的回
blush.
答了。
I'll keep it to myself
那就不
then.
告诉你了。
I want to know. Tell, Alicia.
我想知道，告诉我吧，艾丽西亚。
Haha, the answer is each and every
答案
part.
是每一段，
It's really a long story.
是一段好长的故事呀。
After all, it's the full story about the
毕
Elysian
竟它
realm,
囊括了一
right?
整个往事乐土，不是吗？
Even if I can't
即
change
使
the
未来不能改
future,
变，
how I
我
get
也要
there
自己决
is
定
up
到
to
达那个
me.
结果的过程。
What's
重要的是，
important
在这段
is
旅
what
途
I
中，
want to
我
believe
想要
in
相信
this
什么，
journey.
那会决定在抵达终点时，我能够得到什么。
The message you
你
left
曾留给
me,
我的寄语，
we're turning it into
我们正在
reality,
将它变成现
Alicia.
实。艾丽西亚，变得
You're
相当
surely
成熟了
mature
呢。
now, May.
牙医，
I didn't disappoint you,
我没
Alicia
让你失望
Sanpei,
吧，
did I?
艾丽西亚前辈。
As I said
我
ages
早
ago,
就说过了，
May never
牙医怎么
disappoints.
会让人失望呢？
Right. After all, Manny Sanpei gave me help.
毕竟我遇到了很好的前辈们呢。
I'm glad to have stepped onto Elysian
当
realm
初选择
and
踏入
come
往
to
事
know
乐
your
土，
story.
见证了你们的故事，
The story
这个故
touched,
事让我触
nourished
动，
me,
使
and
我成长，
eventually became part
最
of
终
me.
成为了我自身的一部分。
I'll pass on your heroic deed and
也会将你们
firm
的事迹
will
和意
so that
志
future
继续传递下
generations
去，
know such a
让
group
一
of
代又一代的
people
人都
who
能知
shone
晓，
brighter than the
曾这样一
stars.
群人活得轰轰烈烈、灿烂夺目。
Not only the
不
flame
仅仅是
chaser
英杰们的
stories,
故事，
but also
还有
Kiana's,
的故事
Brania's,
Bronya 的故事，
Fuhua's,
浮华的故事，
the story of
所有那
everyone
些
who fights
为美好
for
的
the
事物
beautiful
而拼尽
things in
全
the
力的人
world.
们的故事。
Around me, there's no shortage of such fools
谁叫我的
who
身
never
边
think about
尽是
themselves.
这种不考虑自己的笨蛋呢？
I hope these
我
stories
希
can
望能
touch
让
more
更多的人
people,
从中收获
giving them
感动，
courage to face a
让他
chaotic
们有
world
毅力直
and
面
make
这个纷繁复
decisions
杂的世界，
true to their
有勇
heart.
气做出无愧于心的决定。
But
不过，
isn't that too
作为
simple
一个
for a
律者的理
Hersher's
想，
vision?
这是不是太简单了一点？
Not at all.
不会呀，
Elysian Realm was
往事乐土存在的理
created
由
for an equally
不也
simple
同样简单
purpose.
吗？
May, you became one of us long
牙
ago.
医早已是英雄们的一员了呀！
Thank you, Alicia.
谢谢你，艾丽西亚。
Without knowing,
不知不
I've
觉
changed a
中，
lot under your
我也像英姐们
influence,
那样，
just
被
like
你
the
所
other
影响，
flame
改变了
chasers.
许多呢。
Guess
所
that's
以
your true
这才
authority.
是你真正的全能吧？
Could be. In that
说不定
case,
呢。
you have the exact same power
那样
now.
的话，现在的牙医一定也拥有同样的能力啦。
It also surprised me that I begun
能
to
变
think
得开
about
始
these
思考这些问
questions.
题，我也很惊讶。
Never thought I'd
我从
taken
来没想过
on
自己会
such
有
a
这样的一
path.
天。
Looking back,
回看过
I'd
去，
make a lot of
大概真
detours.
走了不少弯路吧。
May, growing never happens overnight.
人
The
的成
confused
长
and
从来
anxious
都不是一
days,
蹴而就的。
they make us think.
那些困惑迷茫的日子，它们的意义恰恰在于让我们开始思考。
Joy or
无
pain,
论快乐，
everything
无论
comes
痛苦，
together to become the
所有的
mature
一
and
切汇
tough
聚在
May
一
I
起，
see now.
才积淀出了现在成熟而又强大的牙医呀。
So, please
所
accept
以，
everything of
请接受
yourself.
自己的全部吧。
For people who are fond of
因为
you,
喜欢你的
love your
人，
every
可是会连你的
imperfection.
缺点都一起喜欢的呀。
I will.
我会的，
That's a
我
promise.
答应你。
So, setting out now?
要出发了吗？
Yeah. I'll become the Hersher of
我会成为始
Origin
源之律
and
者，
fulfill my mission.
去完成我应该完成的使命。
What? You haven't realized it yet?
难道说牙医还没有察觉到吗？
Realize what?
察觉到什么？
You are already
在
the
抵达
Hersher
这
of
里时，
Origin when you
牙
got
医就已
here.
经是始源之律者了呀。
In other words,
或
it
者
was
说，
because you
就是
became
因
the
为
Hersher
成为了
of
始源之律
Origin
者，
that you were able
牙
to
医才
come
能抵
here
达
and
这片
meet
始源
me.
之地，与我相见啊。
Then, the
那
beacon left by
我要为留下
Vilvi,
的信标又是
May.
牙医，
Take a guess.
你猜，
Was it her
将
beacon
我
that
唤
awakened
醒，
me,
让我以这样的
or
姿态
your
出
wish?
现的，是维尔维的信标，还是牙医的心愿呢？
You know the
你已
answer
经知道
already,
答案
no?
了，不是吗？
Without your will,
如果没有
I
牙
can
医的
never
意
be
志，
awakened
我也
from
只
the
能永
long
远沉睡
slumber
在
in
你
your
心
heart.
底，在最近的距离与你擦肩而过。
May, you're even
Yeah,
more
yeah.
awesome than you
比你自己
imagined.
想象的
You know
还要
that.
更了不起啊！
That's indeed surprising.
这还真是令人吃惊。
Ah, you can feel it yourself even
难
now?
道说牙医还是没有什么实感？
Do we
是
need
不是还需
something
要
more
一些更加仪式感的
ceremonial,
东西？
such as a
比如
pretty
漂
new
亮的新衣
dress
服，
or
或者你
education
来
of
自
love
前
from
辈
me?
的爱的教育？
Just say the
如
word.
果牙医真的希望，也不是不可以呀。
I'll have both. Thank
这
you,
两项都拜托
Alicia.
你了，艾丽西亚。
My. May has turned
牙医
greedy
现在变得
now.
好贪心啊！
I've got a lot to say to you anyway, and my fashion choice will definitely
我
wow
的审
you.
美也一定会让牙医赞不绝口的。
Alicia,
艾丽
are
西亚，
you really a reflection in my
真的
heart?
只是我心中的倒影吗？
Is it all
这真的
a dream?
只是一场梦吗？
May, why would you ask that?
为什么会这么问？
Because,
因为
no,
不，
I think I know the answer
我想
already.
我已经知道答案了。
Because
因
Alicia
为
is
艾丽
Alicia.
西亚就是艾丽西亚。
Yeah,
是啊，
thank you, May. Thank you for finding
谢谢
me.
你，牙医，谢谢你找到了我，
Thank you for bringing me a true miracle at the very end.
为我带来了真正的奇迹。
She was quick to capture the meaning of the very end. She had much more to say, but all the words got stuck between mind and mouth. She didn't know what to say. Instead, she decided to keep smiling till the end of this time too. As when I get
难道
serious
我说
for
了很严
once.
肃的话？
May, how come
牙
you
医
got
怎么
distracted?
走神了呀？
Just like what you
不是你
told
告诉
me,
我的吗？
when you don't wish to
我
move
想前进
forward,
的时候
you can stop
就
for a
暂且
while.
停下脚步吧。
What?
怎么
You don't like
不
what
喜
I
欢我在
picked
这
up
方
from
面的
you?
成长吗？
May, you've turned
牙医真是
naughty.
学坏了呢，
How can I not like it?
怎么
I
会
once
不喜欢
said,
呢？
as long as you
我曾
remember
说，
us,
只要
our
牙医还记
story
得
will
我们，
live on.
我们的故事就不会消失。
But right now,
但现
what
在
I
看来，
said seemed
这
like
句
an
话还是
understatement.
太保守了一些呢。
After all,
毕竟，
present you and
如
your
今的牙
friends,
医，还有牙医的伙伴们，
you're all part of
大
us.
家都是我们。
So,
既然
how
如此，
can we ever
我们
disappear?
又怎么可能消失呢？
Well then, let's begin.
就让我们开始吧。
Let the
让
unsung
无人传颂
ballad
的歌
be sung
谣
again.
再度起唱，
Write a new
为历史
chapter
尘封
for
的
the
故
dusty
事
stories in
续写
history.
新章。
A soul
高
pure
洁
and
而纯真
noble
的灵
embarks on the
魂
journey.
踏上旅途。
May the hoarding calico bless her with the freedom of
赐予
reverie.
空梦的自由。
May the plume
愿
of
杜晨
samsara
之与
bless
爱
her
肉骑士
with the fortitude
赐
of
予浮生的
vicissitude.
坚韧。
May the painting
愿
scroll
会
of
世之
the
巨爱又
world
骑
bless
士
her with the
赐
innocence
予
of
繁星
stars.
的纯真。
May the
愿
oral
世界之
burrows
使
bless
爱
her
又骑士
with the desire of
赐予无
infinity.
限的渴求。
May
愿
the
黎明之少
sentinel
爱
of
又
dawn
骑士
bless her with the
赐
will
予
of
旭光的
daybreak.
意志。
May the
愿
broken
寸断
blade
之刃
bless
爱又
her
骑
with the
士
resolve of
赐予
Setsuna.
刹那的决绝。
May the
愿
pupil
善
of
法
love
之
bless
瞳爱
her
又骑
with
士
the wisdom of
赐予
Bodhi.
天慧的知识。
May the
愿
flames of
坏极之
destruction
焰爱
bless
又
her
骑士
with the fortitude
赐
of
予熬夜的
decimation.
赤诚。
May the
愿鱼
trickster
戏之侠爱
contraption
又
bless
骑
her
士
with the miracle
赐
of
予螺
helix.
旋的奇迹。
May the diva
愿
bless
璀璨
her
之歌
with
爱
the
又骑
glamour
士
of gold.
赐予黄金的光辉。
May the perdition
愿深
bless
邃
her
之剑爱
with the
又骑
kindness
士
of discipline.
赐予戒律的慈爱。
May the
愿
relentless
无尽
sword
之
bless
剑爱
her
又骑士
with the vision of
赐予救
deliverance.
世的理想。
May the
愿无
flawless
瑕之
bless
人爱
her
又骑士
with the return of eagle.
赐予真我的回归。
We're gathered here to praise the birth
是
of the
人之
Herrscher
律
of
者的诞
origin.
生。
And
接下
now
来，
it's time for
就轮到
May
牙医闪
to
亮登场
make
了。
a fabulous entrance.
今天
Today's
的女主
leading
角，
lady.
你准备好了吗？
Are you ready? Yes.
我就把
The
这面舞
stage
台
is yours
交给
then.
你了。
谢谢你，
Thank you,
艾丽
Alicia.
西亚，真是奇
What
妙
a
的感
strange
觉啊！
feeling.
他
They're
们就
right
在这
here.
里，是
The
人之
Herrscher
律
of
者的力
Origin's
量，
power
还有
and
你
your
的心意，
affection.
我会将我
I'll
们的
see
意
our
志
will
贯彻始
through.
终。
So,
所以，
you'll be watching me, won't you?
你会一直看着我的，对吧？
May the song of mine caress your forehead like a kiss of blessing. When you're alone, it whispers in your ear. When you're in the crowd, it keeps you from the clamor. My song shall give your dream wings. We shall fly your heart to the edge of the unknown. When the night masks your way, it shall be the starlight that faithfully shines upon you. And so, the story of origin ends. And so, the story of the origin begins. It ends with me. It begins with me.
归时。